so you want to get into software sales. I don't blame you. The margins are ridiculous. And for a commission-based sales reps, bigger margins mean bigger commissions. I could tell you personally, for the last 10 years, it's been a great space to be in, and I've been both a sales rep, sales manager, and now hiring manager at a software company for a while now. Over 250 in-person interviews evaluating candidates, and I can tell you exactly what I look for when someone doesn't have software experience. If you can overcome these 4 areas and show that interviewer that you can accomplish these 4 areas, you might land the job. Let me show you how. The number one thing is you want to talk about return on investment selling, ROI selling. And why I say this is, typically in a software space, you're kind of challenging them to do something new or go about it a different way. They might not have a budget for this, and it might not make total sense as far as a replacement cost goes. So you need to show them either by winning more business, retaining more business, or creating more efficiencies that the dollar amount you're charging is a no-brainer. And there's ways to get to that based upon the situation. So give them an example of when you've done that somewhere else, when you've increased the value by showing them the light that there is sound return on their investment. The second thing you got to convince me of is that you can sell conceptually. Maybe you came from a retail type space or a space where you're physically selling something in the manufacturing space, and now you're going to a conceptual sale. Software might be worth nothing to someone, and it might be worth $1 million to another organization. That is simply because that sales rep has increased the perceived value by showing them ways that it's going to help make them money, save them money, or create more efficiencies. Give an example of when you've done that before, and think about in your personal life, professional life, when you've been able to do conceptual type selling. The third thing that I would offer to do is offer to do a cold call mock. Now, if the job involves cold calling and you're a good cold caller, ask them if you can have the opportunity to do a cold call mock. This always impresses me when someone has a rock star pitch, and usually I ask people to do a cold call mock during the interview to see if they do have a good pitch. So go be proactive and offer it. There's nothing a sales manager is going to love more than someone that's willing to cold call and they're not afraid of it. Show them you can do it, make sure it's tight, and make sure you knock it out of the park. The fourth and final thing I would do is I would offer to work for free for 30 days. Now, this may or may not work based upon the situation, but there's nothing stronger than saying, I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. Give me 30 days to either cold call for you, start going through your training, and you're going to see that this was a great decision. Now, at the end of 30 days, we're on the same page that we can make the decision to part ways. But if you like what you see, I want to continue working for you. Put your money where your mouth is. It's like giving a 30-day guarantee or ask to be offered with that agreement that, you know, we can evaluate it 30 days and there's no questions asked if you want to part ways with me, and then show up, be a rock star. These 4 things will help convince a sales manager at a software company that you're ready to break into the space and start making the big commission dollars in the software sales arena.